Okay, right. Let's get ready. And welcome back to the Ultronics Racing League. We are here at, I believe, round 13 for Monza qualifying. As you can see, it is wet. So, now this is where we see who's done their practice and who hasn't. The wet weather really does catch out some drivers. And as you can see, we have some new drivers. Lacy Man, TOH and Pedrix. They are all new to the league. Blixer and Deekstow are reserve drivers. They're filling in for the Aston Martin boys, as you can clearly see. As Pedrix is the first one out on the circuit, ahead of one of the Hasses, ahead of TOH Gamer. Let's throw Cody now as the lone AlphaTauri comes out onto the track. Oak Penny's already spun. He might want to move so he don't get disqualified. He might want to move, otherwise he's going to get disqualified. You might want to get moving. Why isn't he moving? Sorry to interrupt. As Oak Penny has been disqualified from the session, parking in a dangerous position. I can only assume I don't know what's happened. That's his qualifying over and done with quite early. As Blixer, who is replacing someone, is the final driver still in their pit box. As Pedrix now starts a flying lap. Now, many drivers. Oh, it's full wet. So it took me a while to notice. Full wet conditions out here. In Monza. Gonna cut to Fajar, who is on a flying lap. We see Blixer and Deekstow. Deekstow's actually making his debut, but he is a reserve driver. I'm not really sure if you count that as a debut. Blixer's making his return, also as a reserve. Wobble there, but he will go on for a 138. Does just like not set a lap. Glitch. Lou next P2. TOH comes across the line, which must just be a banker lap. Gio goes P2 with a 132.0. Danny goes on provisional pole with a 139. And now we ride on board with Blixer. Deekstow, sorry, he goes on to provisional pole. As we wait now for many drivers across the line, Lacy Man pit, someone's ready to be the next driver to come across the line. He goes P1, 45.2. On his debut as a reserve driver. Just that out Aston Martin pole. There's now Pro Cody, Blixer, Lazy Man and Drusev. As Blixer now is out on the track for the first time since Austria after he left the league for the rest of the season. But he wanted to join, but the only space was a reserve driver now. As Pro Cody, who now goes into the pits, that lap will be abandoned. As Samuel now improves massively with a purple in sector 2. Can he keep it going? That an invalid. That's not a great. But he keeps the car without getting an invalid. As Velena goes P2 with a 130.8. Darth Gamer goes P4 with a 131.6. He's been a bit quiet. As Deeksto goes back onto pop 113.4. Oh no, he's already in those. Look at Samuel Drake Lee, he improves but only up to P9 with a 133.5. Blix now on his outlap to show these drivers. There's Gio now on an improved lap time. Gio now goes purple in sector 2. Weak that Alpine through a Scarvi. Now coming down to the back straight, there is a McLaren ahead of him of left Lou. But Gio now one second up as he gets a little bit of back. His back was screening a bit, but where can he put that? Alpine, he goes on provisional pole with a 113.4. Gio is on provisional pole here in Darth Gamer on an improved lap. We believe he might be. Where can he put that? It's improved by half a second but still stays in P5. Number 7 Danny's definitely not on a lap. Samuel Drake Lee might be on a lap. I don't think he is. No, he is not. You can see a queue of drivers going into the pits now. As he ran on board with Blixer, first lap since, well, he left after Austria. But luckily for Danny and Darth Gamer in the championship battle, Blixer can't come back with the 5 races we have left and win the championship, as Blixer only goes P3 with a 113.6. His teammate sat in P2, putting on quite a showing here. But the Aston Martin, are back. One used to be a Haas driver and one was a Mercedes that never started, but the reserve drivers are doing their best for their team. As Pedrix, he spins. But the issue is that one of these drivers, there's a rule that you can only have one per team. So one of these 2 drivers in the Aston are gonna have to switch unless that rule changes. Well, you'll find out next week if that. Well, also next race if that rule changes. Darth Gamer had a spin. Drusev now goes up into P7. And Gio still holding on to that provisional pole. Lacey goes up into P6. Someone's made an improvement as well. I believe it's Pro Cody that also made an improvement. So for John, final driver to set a lap here. As drivers around him improve. With 7 minutes remaining now in this session, Fajar is still yet to set a lap, and he will do so here. And we're going to ride on board Fajar for a lap as he goes down the main straight now, reaching top speeds of 201 miles an hour, obviously with no DRS due to the wet weather, as he flows through turns 1 and 2, the first chicane. That will probably host many dive bombs in this session, as Gio is on pole by only 17 thousandths. So 17 thousandths. Deekster now is on a flyer looking to claim his pole. So I say we run on board, let's just check the yellow flags, and that was Leflu just slowing down a bit maybe. Fajar now goes under the old circuit. Yeah, that's right, it goes under the old circuit. Normally you'd have DRS through here, but as he's Scary hoping to put on a good show for Tifosi, as his teammate is not here this weekend. It's FX7 session. We're right on board with Deeks though to see FX7 Danny went off. Right here he must have spun as Simon Drake Lee goes under to P7 with a 1 minute 30.997, very close to the 131s. What can Fajar do? Fajar goes P11 with a 113.7. Can anyone else improve here? Deekstow might be the second. He's gonna be the second driver to try and improve. Drusev will be the first one. Can Drusev improve? Yes, he does. He jumps Darth Gamer here. Deekstow 5-10 sector 2 time. Where can he put Aston on provisional pole in the first driver into the 129s with a 129.8. Deekstow is on provisional pole here at Imola at the Temple of Speed. It's Fajar now. He's on a fly. Pro Cody spins. We caught that at the perfect time. Linton there was now on an out lap. Pro Cody makes it to the pit lane safely. I don't know if Darth Gamer's on a flyer or not. He might be. I don't know. He is not on a flyer. There's problems with TOH Gamer. He was 6 seconds up and then he spun. Getting an invalid. It's Fajar now. Crosses the line. Goes P10 above Pro Cody. Drusev now going past. Lazy Man now out onto the track looking to improve. Blinks are still out on an out lap. Pretty much a driver, Fajar's already going valid. Pretty much a driver that has set a lap. Like every single driver is pretty much in the pits now. Neither in the pits. But Drusev does improve and goes P4 here. He's having a great showing. Out qualifying his teammates so far in P6, but he has a spin. He had it at the right time though, because I'm not sure if he was going for a lap. Out lap though, does pit. But speaking of out qualifying his teammate, here's Danny on an out lap. There's Lazy Man now about to set his first lap as an Electronics Racing lead driver. He's got to prove something as Haas already has their lineup for next season. And he's off on his lap. Leflu now, not getting in his way at all, letting him through. There's now the business end of this qualifying session here in Monza, in wet Monza as well. But is it starting to cool down here? As Leflu, Pedrix making his debut, they're out on Inters. That might be why Blixer came into the pits. He enters. Gio is back out on, well, wets. Got the name for a second. As Danny makes a complete lock up into turn 1, has to take it wide. But Lazy Man now 2 temps up on his previous lap. So Cody being the lone AlphaTauri, spinning as well. Lazy Man keeps the car going for Ascari. As Fajar has got all the pressure of the Tifosi on his back after his race win in Hungary. First ever in the Ultronics Racing League. Can Lazy Man improve? Yes, he can. He goes P5 with a 1:30.7 as Darth Gamer has DNF'd from the qualifying session. That's not good for him in his championship hunt. That's great for Danny though. He's only 2 paces above him, but anyone could jump him. As for Joel's him DNFing from the session, Fajar thinks he's done all he can. Drew Seth also has done the same. He also thinks he's done all he can. But Deekstone now, with under a minute remaining, still on provisional pole. As Gio has one more chance. Blixer has a chance. He's on the wets though, that's not going to help him at all. Deekstone could be taking provisional pole here. Vilena's set his final lap. Alright, and Danny's on a lap. Samuel Drake Lee has to get back to the pit lane quick enough. He'll definitely have enough time. Pro Cody on a lap. Pedrix on a lap. Left Lou might not get back in time. TOH on a lap. After he had a terrible banker lap. And someone is blocking Deekster. That is Lazy Man. Who? I don't believe he's on a lap. No, he is, and he spins and hits the wall. Very close to Deekster, but Deekster doesn't have any time left, sorry, and cannot set a lap. So that will be Deekster's final lap, as Left Lou can only best P13. But Deekster ran out of time to set a lap, and now it's all down to Blixer and Gio to see if they can take away that provisional pole from him. But Gio has 16 and he's picked the wrong tyres to do it as well. Can TOH Gamer improve? Can he get out of the bottom 5? Sorry, he goes P2 with Vanilla retiring as well. Sorry for... As Gio can't improve, Blixer can improve. Can Blixer make it a 1-2 for Aston Martin? Yes, he can! Both Aston Martins enter the 129s. 2 reserve drivers. Well, one of those 2 aren't going to stay reserve driver for Aston Martin. As that is how the grid will line up for the race. Deekstone on pole, Blixer, Gio, Drew Seth, Elena, Danny, Samuel Drake Lee, Fajar and Pro Cody, I believe is your top 10. No, sorry, Darth Gamer Fajar is your top 10. Then you have Pedrix, TOH, Pro Cody, Left Lou, FX7 Danny and Oak Penny, who will start from the back. But Deekstone putting in a brilliant pole lap on wet tyres as well to beat his teammate on inters by a whole tenth and a half. We will